Welcome back to another video. Now before I remove any more clay foundation out of here, I've got to make good that hole there. That's where I brought the water main pipe through. There's a little bit of damage around the stonework, so before I start digging this out, I don't want to lose any more of the base of the wall for obvious reasons. So I'm going to do a repair there before we get started on this bit. Unusual. This may need more attention than I first anticipated. As normal. So we'll dig out all this loose clay. And we'll fill it back up with lime mix and some stones. Yeah, it's opened that up quite a bit, hasn't it? We'll soon fill it back up. Something a lot stronger. I've got plenty of these sort of stones, so it shouldn't be a problem. We need it free flowing so we can get right into the gap, make it nice and secure. It's very important that the stones are nice and clean. Any muck on them, I'll just simply fill the void in, push it in as far as we can and just keep filling it up. I think we'll just let that set. Still got to do some digging below it, so don't want to come right out to the face. We'll cut all this back first and we'll go over it once we've built the course up a little bit higher. Just wanted to fill that void in. What I may do, like I say, once I've got a few more courses below it, is probably shutter this bottom edge off, get a bit more strength. It's certainly a lot stronger than it was half an hour ago. Okay, I'll let that to go off a little bit and I'll start striking it in a little bit deeper, and then that way it will hold its shape. If I move it about too much now, we'll just lose it all. So let's let that go off before we do any more in this area. Okay, before I go outside, I've got a little bit more mortar there. I've just noticed a piece here. Yeah. Get as much in there as I can, and that can be set in as well. It's turning out to be rather a warm day. It's forecast to be up in the 90s, so better get started before it gets too hot. Now work in this area of the garden continues. Don't forget, in the last video it was all about getting the caravan moved. Well, I managed to get it moved enough for it not to be in the way, so the farmer will be coming hopefully within the next few days. I need to make an entry point here, so that's got to come out. There's lots of logs here that got to move. Yeah, I've just got to keep one step ahead. Well, that was the quick part. Now the next stage is going to take a little bit longer. going to trim up the limbs, keep the thicker pieces, maybe use it around the garden or for burning, and then all the twigs and that go off site. We'll normally have a fire or fire the shredder and put it through the shredder, but unfortunately I don't have one of those, so yeah, all the thin branches will go to the déchetterie. Everything's recycled there anyway, it goes through an industrial shredder and they sell it off as compost, so it does all go back into the community, and yeah, it doesn't go to landfill. So we must have had 10 foot of growth since I last cut it. It was just a year ago. Now I have read that you can grow willow as like a bio crop for burning, you know, for firewood. So I think there's something like a 7-year cycle till you get your first harvest. But it certainly grows rapid, and it's got the right conditions here. They like clay apparently. So yeah, I mean, if I had a bit more land, maybe that would be an option. I think you probably need about an acre, you know, to plant up to make it viable. But yeah, I've read up a little bit about it, and you know, people make it worth their while. Now I can't quite remember, but I think quite a few years ago I put some timbers underneath this tin sheet, moved them out the barn, and I'm sure they had some sign writing on them. So I'm just going to clear this area in a moment, lift that tin sheet up, hopefully there's no snakes under there. Give them a little knock. Yeah, there's definitely timbers under there, so yeah, I'm going back probably about 10 years, so right, clear this space and have a look. You see it? I think there's a red board under there. From my memory, I think that had some sign writing written on it. I'm not quite sure. It's definitely red. Make sure there ain't no little creatures under there. No. No. Oh yeah, there was some writing here in gold. There is another plank of this, but I think it's underneath the brambles. I think they was off a small cart that would have been used here. They was quite bad when I moved them actually, but not so good now for sure. Ah, yeah, and just as I trod on it, I remembered I also put a ladder to one side. Oh, now that has took root. Oh, blimey. That's where it went. Lucky enough, it's aluminium. Next time I get the jet washer out, I'll give it a good clean up. Certainly a handy addition. These to one side because these are well over a year old, I think, so I'll cut them up and store them for firewood. Yeah, that's the trouble when it's a mixture of grass and other things. It's neither a strimmer or a hedge trimmer or a chainsaw, it's kind of all of it. Okay, well I found that. Whether or not I can find the spring and the other pieces is another matter. It won't be far. I've been rather fortunate. But the weather's been good and the farmer's been busy, so it has bought me a few extra days, I would imagine. I think there's any chance of killing this off anytime soon, which I don't want to do. But I want to keep it manageable. Yeah, I will trim up the ends a little bit neater to stop disease and that getting in. The idea is to lift the crown up so that brambles don't cling onto the, the underside straight away. They've got to climb up and you can see them growing and you just deal with them. So I just spoke to the farmer. He just pulled up in his tractor. He said he's making hay while the sun shines, literally, so it won't be this week, so it's bought me a few more days, so yep, I'm well pleased with that. More brambles to tackle here. This was flattened not that long ago. I've been doing some work in this area as well. I've pruned out the cherries and the plums. Haven't touched the apples and pears. It's not the right season for that yet. But it's created so much more light in there, which really did please me. Yep, that's started to go off nice and firm now. So what I think I'll do is continue digging this area out, work my way back to here. Quite a lot of stone in there. Kind of probably where they've reinforced this corner, so a little bit of caution is needed as I dig. Don't want to undermine the base of the wall. Yeah, the more I think about this internal wall, I think I'll dig down a shallow trench and reinforce it at the base. I think for the little effort it's going to take to do it, peace of mind. I mean, this is all going to be behind the unit, so it doesn't necessarily need to be face work as such, like that did. But yeah, definitely keep this wall standing for a lot longer. Leave this area here for the time being, take all this away at the front, give this chance to set hard, And yeah, there's a big stone there. Yeah, I'll just be a bit careful in this area, I think. Come all this way and then lose the section of the wall right at the very last minute. Oh, some big stones there. Not too worried about removing them if there's, you know, big stones laid here purposely. I can work around it. But, yeah, there's a big one there in the corner. All these stones will get reused, so if I'm going to dig a trench along the internal wall as well, I shall need some nice big stones to fill it up, so not much gets wasted here, only me occasionally. That's hard going. Okay, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Bye for now.